Flamengo are looking to get a flying start here in the long race towards the finish line. This is a day for optimism, for hope, for dreaming of what might be. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. If you're just joining us, we are already underway.
Peter, we're about to see how good Lilian Thuram is. Besides being physically imposing and quick, he's very intelligent and usually that crucial split second ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, fabulous reader of the game.
And pretty much got it all.
David Villa takes a shot. Now that has posed a few awkward questions.
Oh, it looked like he tried to give it some extra whip.
Costa Curta. Vieira. Well, they've got it again. Hullet. Aubameyang. Played into space. Davids. Ibrahimovic.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Tries to pass it through. David Villa. Now it's Villa. And again, he's sorted that out terrifically.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Now it's Aubameyang. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. That's a pretty loose pass. And Aubameyang! Just swings wide.
Well, I think the defence are breathing a big sigh of relief here. He really spanked that and it wasn't far away at all.
Davids. Oh, no joy this time.
Villa really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there.
Ibrahimovic! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
He's having a shot! Goal! Flamengo! Flamengo have penetrated for the first time.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition.
Shoots! He's got a goal! And the lead lost no time at all.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
A finish of great intelligence. He just understood and he executed so smoothly.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
Hibbs grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Oh, that's well spotted. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Davids is offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Now it's Villa. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Now it's Pele. Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos proves just a little bit too strong. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Nicely weighted ball. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Bullet could move up a gear here. Looking for options for movement. Can he finish? And it's in! Oh, that's not going to count. And we go again.
His delight very short-lived. The referee's assistant did have his flag up. It might have been close, but it was correct.
A moment's uncertainty there, but it is the right call. David Villa. Aubameyang. And this is Xavi Alonso. And that has been clubbed away. Oh, smashing header! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Corner number 2 then. It's a mighty effort! That's a half-decent try.
Bullet is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Pele. That's a shade optimistic. Cafu. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Can he latch onto this? It's run loose here. He's been bundled over. That is a foul. Well, that's a booking. Always looked it. Perhaps the final meaningful act of the first half.
Yeah, plenty of jostling in that box. They just need a good delivery.
Header! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. And this is... And he's following up! They want to be quick to recover this. Looking for the run. Pass somewhat off target. Shot could be... Shot a goal! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Villa deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Pinches it off him. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go and they head into the break all square. Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. So it's back to business.
Hibernian really have decided to turn to the long ball. That's very obvious now.
And how do they go about making that work?
Well, they can't neglect accuracy, and it can turn...
He's having a go! Missed by a fraction. And here's Eto'o. Ronaldinho. That's a good run down the left. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And it's Hullet. Xabi Alonso. It's Alonso! Davids. And he's been shifted off it. Over to the left. Pele. And here's Hullet. Now this could be a chance. Oh, well played. Pele. Eto'o. Always onto this. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Shapes to shoot! Ronaldinho quietly revving up. David Villa. And here's Aubameyang. Goes for a shot!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Pele. Vieira. Quarter of an hour into the second half. Pele. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
He steps in, and that's the end of that. Cafu is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Now it's Eto'o, and reclaimed it in a trice. And it's Hullet. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Oh, he's caught him there. It's a free kick. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. So, time for changes on both sides, actually. That was travelling. Not the best distribution from the keeper. Puskás is flagged offside. Iniesta. Cruyff. Iniesta. Now it's Puskás. And they've got a throw. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. That's been cut out. Well played. Searching pass he's played there. Oh, that's clever. Now that's well seen too. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. And here's Cruyff. Not the most accurate pass. Cannavaro makes the interception. And here's Cruyff. Now it's Puskás.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Up he goes! It's in! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. It was wonderfully efficient.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
It's so often the case with...
And the shot! They've scored! 2 up now, and they are cruising. There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Hibs go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
And things are much healthier in their favour.
Oh, he's been caught on it here. And the shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And he's got his cross in. Oh, good-looking ball. Into the last 5 minutes. Xabi Alonso gets over and intercepts. Iniesta plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Can he get it through? And he's quick to snatch it back. Oh, it's come loose. Conte. And the number on the board is 3. And this is Puskás. Gattuso. Pelé. And it's Conte. Now who's going to be first to this? And we're done. A game that is a tale of one that got away. A position of great promise they established, but they lost momentum, they lost intensity, they lost their lead, and ultimately they lost the game. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, there was a...
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. There's the whistle, and here we go.
There's a player below, Peter, that I admire on a professional and personal level, the one and only Raul.
He's just out on his own for consistency.
Indeed, and a terrific leader. Talent has to be backed up by hard work and tenacity, and he leads by example, hence the respect he commands.
Wits bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Now it's Eto. That's a cute ball. Eto providing an outlet on that flank. And he's had it nicked away. That's a throw. Neymar. Wits. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Oh, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Nuno Mendes. And it's Neymar. Wasn't easy on the eye, but it's done its job. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Gattuso. Good, strong midfield running here. Oh, well played, well played. Wits. Neymar. And there's the shot! Goal! Paris Saint-Germain! And Paris Saint-Germain take the lead. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Paris Saint-Germain are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than... Shoots!
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet. They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Mendes gets over and intercepts. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And he plays one through. Wits! And that is expertly dealt with. Now, the referee's decided that he was fouled outside the box, and it is just a free kick.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
He's shaping up to have a crack from here. Looking to widen the gap even further here. Neymar!
Well, it wasn't a bad effort. I mean, you could see his intention. It just needed a bit more curl and bend to take it away from the goalkeeper.
It's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Eto. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Pelé. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Goes for goal! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And we have our very first corner. Paris Saint-Germain are looking to go forward now. That has been slung wide.
That's going in strongly.
Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And that has found him in acres of space. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Paris Saint-Germain applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that starts happening here, it'll just fall away.
Yeah, and there are so much of them, but of course, the returns can be terrific. Eto'o. Oh, that's a key interception. And it's Wirtz. Great ball, and he's in here. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Wirtz. Raul. Eto'o. And they win it back again. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Now that looks a decent ball. Nice looking ball. Pele unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Nice sequence of passes this. And he's there to clear it. Eto'o. Now it's Gattuso. Wirtz. Bastoni does well to get it back. Now it's Ibrahimovic. That is good alertness. Bastoni cuts it out. Davids. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Lewandowski. Pele. Well seen. Saw that coming. Has a look and plays it forward. Couldn't squeeze it through. There's the whistle for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
And we're underway again.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Van Nistelrooy is having a shot! Davids. Raul. Raul! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Wirtz. Now it's Raul. It's Raul! They want to be quick to recover this. He intercepts the throw. That's well read. That is ended up in no man's land.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Raul looking understandably energised after his goal. And the counter is on. Threads one in. Now it's Neymar. Looking to play him in.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
It'll be a throw-in. That's a pretty loose pass. And he's gone looking for safety. And it's Gattuso. Passing is crisp and sharp.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Now it's Raul. Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. Well, that's cause for mild irritation. Eto'o. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Flamengo clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Raul. It's a mighty effort! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
He's through here, and this is Eto.
Flamengo really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
And this is Ibrahimovic. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Flamengo are not doing enough to get themselves back in the game. They're not as threatening as their opposition. It's got to change.
Gattuso. Pelé. And that has put paid to that. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
Well, I think the referee would have told him to rate it in or suffer the consequences.
Costa Curta. Takes a shot! A real chance and a real let-off.
What a fabulous run. OK, it didn't come off in the end, Peter, but that would surely spark some kind of response from those around him.
Looking for options for movement. Not the most accurate pass. And it's Wirtz. Now it's Neymar. That pass has been well intercepted. Pelé. 75 minutes played. Well read, nice interception. That's a throw. Knocks it into space. Van Nistelrooy.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Poorly directed kick from the keeper. He's given it away. And here's Ibrahimovic. No, that's been intercepted. Davids. And they're back on the ball again. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. That's a lovely, neat pass.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And there's his chance to lead the counter.
Eto really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Now it's Ibrahimovic.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Oh, that's delightful. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. And he's going to have his name taken. I do think he's feeling the effects of that tackle.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
And this is the big chance. That was travelling. Two minutes to be added on. And it's Van Nistelrooy. And that's it. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence, but just one goal to show for all of that. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
It's just a bad day at the office, Peter. They look below par in all areas, and it has to be cause for genuine worry.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. So we're all back together again, fresh still in our minds, those memories, the unbelievable highs, the unforgettable lows. And as the sides return to cross swords for the first time again, we just remind ourselves of the magic of this game. This is what it does to you. It keeps bringing you back, no matter what. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. We're talking a genuinely stylish player here in Frank Rijkaard. You're not arguing with that, Jim, are you?
No, I've got to totally agree with every word you just said. As holding midfielders go, he is one of the very best. Nothing phases him.
So that's got things underway. Flamengo looking to pass their way through. Cannavaro knocks it into space. Oh, nicely intercepted. Well, that has not gone well. Alcantara. And it's Cannavaro. Tries to pass it through. Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. Katompa Mvumpa. He's through here. Look at the space here. Played with finesse. And he thumps it clear. Turns and goes back. Great defending, strong and determined. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Neither of the teams has yet taken the initiative. Stood up well to him there. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And this is Pele, picked out, and a shot! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Still goalless at the moment. Masuaku.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Looking for a runner, and he's picked it up out wide. It's a good-looking delivery. Pinches it off him. Katompa Mvumpa. In towards the back stick. Oh, it just needed a better touch, and you could see his annoyance.
Yeah, it all looked so promising until unexpected sloppiness intervened.
Masuaku. Opts for safety. Mbemba. And it's Masuaku. Nicely weighted ball. He has found the way through. It's out of play, and it is a goal kick. No, he's not getting past him there. Twanzebe. Passing is crisp and sharp. Plays a sharp little ball here. Thinks about the shot. Shoots! He's dealt with that really well. Iniesta cross, climbs up big! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence.
Katompa Mvumpa. And it's Iniesta. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Oh, good stop, it had to be. Oh, smart save, he had plenty to do.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
And he's in on goal. Big chance! Big relief, it just needed better contact. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Iniesta. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Played into space. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Oh, really good feet. He's onside. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Katompa Mvumpa. And he's forced to go back. Katompa Mvumpa. He's in a great position here. He shifted it to the flank. And it's half-time here. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. And we are up to the break.
Flamengo really did turn up the tempo at the end of the half, and while they'll be disappointed not to have broken through, obviously, the chances will come, provided they can keep producing good spells. It's been a half with significantly more positives than negatives, I feel.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. And we're off again. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. Katompa Mvumpa. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Great vision. Good ball, good take. Oh, that was vital. Ibrahimovic, a player who needs no introduction. Cannavaro. Alcantara. Pele. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Cruyff. Played out to the left flank. He's picked his way through. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Well, we're still waiting for a goal to report here. Nicely spread. Twanzebe tries making a foray down the right. Katompa Mvumpa.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
It is still anyone's game, 0-0. Beckenbauer. And it's Iniesta. And it's Cruyff. Ibrahimovic. Gattuso. Now it's He's had a shot! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Masuaku. Turns back here, probably the best option. Iniesta did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Oh, that is a nice touch. Threads one in. Now this could be a chance. Masuaku gets a cross in. He's tried one! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Pele. Flamengo do have a chance to counter here. And this is Cruyff. And that has found him in acres of space. He's on it. Can he get away? Decent chance! Sticks it away! And that could well be the winner!
What a time to take the lead. But now comes the dilemma of whether you ought to hold on or go for it again and try and extend your advantage. That's always been the harder option, in my experience.
That is so good, such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that, but not this fella.
Flamengo have penetrated for the first time.
Well, when the going gets tough, etc., they can still turn this round, I think.
Masuaku. Beckenbauer. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. He was under real pressure there.
Democratic Republic of Congo really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Cruyff takes control of it and he's on the move. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. It's a really well-measured ball. No, he wasn't going to be fooled. Flamengo leading here by this still precarious 1-0 mark. He's gone for goal! It is a corner. Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. He's there to head it! So close to drawing level.
Well, at least it's earned him a little applause from the boss. The finish was lacking, but everything else was pretty good.
That is an excellent defensive intervention from the front man.
Democratic Republic of Congo really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure. Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Nice bit of trickery. Chance! No mistake! Dying minutes, and we're all square again!
Yeah, to see it unfold as succinctly as that, it looks telepathic.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So there's going to be another change here.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now, the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
And that was very necessary. And that's that. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get and hope for better in the weeks ahead. Gattuso taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Flamengo must have viewed this game as very winnable, but will no doubt have a healthier respect for this opposition now.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. So, Jim, would you say that this formation has become the norm in recent years?
Yeah, I think it's one that places the emphasis on your centre forward, not just holding the ball up or finishing, but all the movement that happens around him, outside and inside the box. And he has to link up with that midfield and bring everybody into play, which ensures a more cohesive system.
So it's away we go then. Now then, this man really is a legend, perhaps the legend, a revolutionary, the father of a philosophy. He is, of course, Jim, Johan Cruyff.
We'd have no total football without him, Peter. No tiki-taka either.
One of the best of all time. Some say the best, and certainly one of the most influential.
Without a doubt, pure class.
And there's green grass ahead of him. Big chance! What? There's the shot! And it's a goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
An early launch, just as they wanted, just as they hoped it. Out towards the flank. He is just caressing the ball. Cannavaro can get it clear.
They'll want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Oh, this looks sharp. That is lovely. Knocks it into space. That's going to go a long way. Rijkaard. And Iniesta. Iniesta, who's set up one goal so far. Beckenbauer. And it's Iniesta. And it's Beckenbauer. Gattuso. Now this could be a chance. Played into the middle. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Takes a shot! Cruyff can so cleverly bypass the press. Beckenbauer. Pelé. Great vision. He's in space and looking for options. He rises! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it. And there's his chance to lead the counter. And it's made its way to him. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And that was nowhere near his best. And they can counter here. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And it's Cruyff. Iniesta, looking for a runner. Ibrahimovic. That's the keeper's ball. Pelé. Now it's Cruyff. And Cruyff! Johan Cruyff, unequalled in the history of our beautiful game. A finish of true class. And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion. That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
Ibrahimovic! Oh, that was no routine save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Tries to get it clear. Looking here to chip it through. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. And he's there to belt it away. Alcantara. Pelé. And no, he's seen through all of that. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And the first 45 minutes are up. Reflections on the first half?
Flamengo really should be thinking about killing this off early in the second half, Peter. The boss will be demanding the same level of intensity from his team, so I'd expect to see the same positive intent after the break, the same purpose again.
Flamengo sitting pretty here at half-time, 2-0 up. That gets things going for the second half. Iniesta. Now it's Cruyff. That's a cute ball. Out of play for a goal kick. Herrera. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Pele. There's the man who is effectively the team's security policy. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. And he's heaved it away. Spread it left. Tries to pass it through. Well, that has not gone well. Flamengo in a very solid position, 2 to the good. It's Ibrahimovic! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Well, he doesn't need a second invitation, even from that range.
Iniesta. Rijkaard. Short changes him with that pass.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Pele, always looking for that half a chance. 60 minutes played. Pele going face-to-face with his great rival. Big chance! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff.
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
And yes, it's him again. Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Well, Peter, I don't think there's anything tactical or injury related here. I think it's just all about the push for a goal now.
Flamengo find a position of real strength now. Iniesta. Beckenbauer. More and more pressure on the ball here. Opts for safety. A noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Yeah, they're certainly getting much tighter to him now. At least the message was received.
Pele. Here's Cannavaro. Strokes it back. It's anyone's ball now. Can he spark a counter here? Now it's Gattuso. He won't be happy with that one. He's on it. Can he get away? Produces a cross.
Oh, that's a cracking ball. Too quick for defence and keeper.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
And he's forced to go back. Pele. Gattuso. He's in plenty of space here. He has found the way through. That looks... Gets his head on it! Is it in? Yes, it's an own goal.
That can happen to anyone. It's truly, truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is.
Fortuitous as it may have been, they all count one. Knocks it out wide. Can he get on the end of this? He slings it in. And that has been knocked clear. Alcantara. Beckenbauer. That's Rijkaard. And it's Cannavaro. Cruyff. That is ended up in no man's land. Played out wide. Herrera. Rijkaard. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Turns back here, probably the best option. Cannavaro. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. And this is Ibrahimovic. And that will be it. Flamengo really have hit the heights, a tour de force that has left their opponents reeling, and that is what tends to happen when they do their thing. Ibrahimovic voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, this must be one of the most spectacular sights in football. Stand upon stand, stacked each on top of the other, right up to the sky, in order to accommodate the vast fan base of La Boca's Docklands. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
There aren't many defenders, Peter, who assist more goals than Andy Robertson here. That's for sure. He's reliable, consistently excellent in what he delivers going forward, and it doesn't really compromise on his defensive duties. A manager's dream in many ways, and a model man, and I would say a model footballer.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And he's got the beating of his man. It's Ibrahimovic! Oh, it rattles the bar. Has another go. And one more try.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
They're urging him to shoot. Flamengo have the chance to go the other way. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Played into space. Oh, that's well spotted. And it's Davids. He can run onto that. And this is Pele. Koulibaly getting this one clear.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
And that's put paid to a promising move. Bastoni clears. Flamengo have reclaimed it. And here's Mbappe. Unrelenting, uncompromising pressure on him. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. No change to the score. 0-0 it remains. Roberto Carlos. Now, what about a counter-attack? That is good alertness. That is ended up in no man's land. Davids. Pele takes control of it and he's on the move. Pele stood his ground strongly. Gilberto Silva did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Costa Curta getting this one clear. Cross needs to be good. Cleared away. Now this could be a... Can he finish? Oh, it's a beauty! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And Flamengo take the lead. He made it happen. Squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that. But you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
A 1-0 lead established.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Rijkaard is being told in no uncertain terms that this will be his final... Olise! Oh, super goal! About as smooth as it gets. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. Smiles broad and beautiful. That is a cracking hit.
That was magnificent. The way he caught it so perfectly, I think he's even managed to surprise himself, Peter.
Flamengo are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Oh, he's bustling through here. Ibrahimovic driving forwards. And he's straight offside. Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Played in deep. Nice interception, well timed. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Schneider. And here's Ali, takes a shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Olise really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
And that is out of play. Gilberto Silva. Eto'o. And that's a nicely shaped ball. Oh, that's fabulous.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. They've got to make this nice and quick.
Now it's Schneider. Olise gets into some space. Oh. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, I'm looking at the body language, Peter, and it doesn't look great. It's going to be pretty hard for them to pick themselves up from here, but there's still a maybe at play. Maybe they'll thrive on the adversity.
Here we go again then.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal.
He's going for goal! Oh, that was wicked, a truly wicked effort.
Oh, it looked like he tried to give it some extra whip.
And this is Ibrahimovic. Not the most accurate pass. Gabriel. Now it's Mbappe. Some resolute defending there. Flamengo upping the intensity here, having lost possession.
Yeah, it's actually very good pressing. They want it back as quickly as they can get it, and they're hunting in packs to do just that.
Good to watch.
It really is. It's rugged and robust, but it still needs plenty of intelligence and teamwork.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Gilberto Silva. And this is Pele. And it's Rijkaard. Gabriel promptly onto that, and that is that. And here's Ibrahimovic. Puyol kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
Now it's Schneider. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
That ball looks a good one. He's chance! Terrific save by Abbiati. And the keeper beats it away. Flamengo are looking to go forward now. Koulibaly. Schneider. And it's Eto'o. Neymar. Schneider. Flamengo needed that. They really needed it.
Simply brilliant defence.
Tries from a long way out.
Olise really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Mbappe, he's away. And the finish! Just cruising. They are cruising. And the lead is extended still further. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Flamengo are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
Well, you had to fancy him, Peter. He seems to be growing in stature with every goal.
A case now of complete control. Eto'o. Gabriel kept his eye on it, and he's there. Roberto Carlos does really well to win the ball there. Tries to pass it through, and that's a good ball. Chance, surely! And the keeper has shown real class. He had to be at his very best.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Corner number 2 then.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Can he spark a counter here? That's a super give and go. Cross into the box. Puyol with the clearance. Searching pass he's played there. For Schneider.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
He's got away. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. And he is going into that little black book. Looks like he's picked up a bit of a knock from that challenge.
Well, they're struggling to cope with a pacey dribble because they've not been at it as a team. I think the collective pressure needs to be better all around.
Schneider having a look. This the perfect chance to extend the advantage. Played back into the centre, driving forward.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Genuine physical edge about this game. It is quite attritional. Robertson. Just 5 minutes remaining now.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Bebeto. Well read, nice interception.
Oh, really well played.
Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Neymar receives it in a wide position. That's good play. Could move up a gear here. 2 minutes to be added on. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good at times. A side that can and will trouble more or less.